So what we want to do this morning is start with kind of the big picture, kind of the basic concepts about winter cities. And we've invited one of my colleagues from Edmonton, Simon O'Byrne, who is a vice president and heads up our urban planning group in Canada and is very involved in the United States as well. Simon was the co-chair of the Winter Cities conference in Edmonton a couple of years ago and has continued to be very active in winter cities issues. So Simon's going to kind of set the stage, kind of talk about what's been done in Edmonton, bring in some other international examples. He's an urban designer with a lot of passion, and he talks about placemaking and how you deal with climate and so forth. The other kind of big picture idea will be my colleague Jim Mayland, and Jim has really been an innovator in water and ice. He's been working with aquatics and ice for several years now, and he's going to share with you lots of great examples of the use of water and ice, and as you can see from the kind of weather we're having right now, the importance of refrigeration to actually make the seasons work in terms of being able to stretch the seasons. Jim is probably the foremost expert on that and has a lot of great projects to share. We're then going to take Q&A from the group, and we will be facilitating that with two people walking out into the audience with a microphone. And then we have an action-packed second half where we talk about, Carol Hell will talk about Metro Transit and how winter affects our transit service in the Twin Cities and things, strategies, ideas that are being used now to try and mitigate some of those concerns and make transit more robust. Max Musicant and John Pedersen will also talk about placemaking, and they've got some great examples as well of ways in which you can bring fire and shelter and other things to the winter environment, and talk about saunaing outside with your friends. Kurt Wayne from the city of Minneapolis will also talk about the whole idea of winter infrastructure for bikes and pedestrians, and talk about the work that they have done and the work that's being done other places and the study that's underway right now to try and find ways to make bicycle and pedestrian transit better. And then Ben Shardlow from the Minneapolis DID will talk about Minneapolis and how Minneapolis is moving toward winter city. So with that, and in reliance on hope, I'm going to call on Simon O'Byrne, and Simon is going to talk to us about winter cities and share the Edmonton example and his perspective as an urban planner.